How's it going, guys? Don't you know? And today we're going to be doing a patch notes update video for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This update went live a couple of hours ago, so let's go ahead and jump straight into this one. This is of course patch 1.11. Server version at the moment is 72.3.3.7.0. That's a lot of points. Okay, so jumping into this one, of course, the large proportion of this update was introducing the Blackjack Specialist. Now, for any of you guys who don't know what this is, it's a new specialist coming into the game which you earn through contracts. There is two specialist abilities. We have Rogue and Gambler. Rogue means when you fill up your bar, your specialist meter, depending on the last person you killed, whatever their specialist is, you get that specialist. And Gambler is when you kill the person who you've just killed, when your meter fills up, you'll get a random specialist ability, and then you can gamble it and then go for another one, but then you're stuck with that one. So that is pretty much it. We also have side bets, so you can have special mercenary contracts for the Blackjack. And you can pretty much get some titles, emblems, and so on. If that doesn't help you lose your virginity, or if that doesn't help you get laid, then I don't know what will. On to the next part of the update, we also have daily and weekly contracts. Obviously, this is a big deal. A lot of people probably already know about this. This has been implemented into the game. You guys can go to the black market, you go down to contracts, you can check this out. This is all here ready for you guys to look at. There are no contracts, daily or weekly, added in or currently active at this moment in time. I feel like this is something they're either going to be testing at the minute, making sure on their servers everything's working, there's no glitches, there's no exploits where you can just get crypto key after crypto key. You know, they're just obviously testing it, make sure everything's okay. And of course, we will see it soon. Now, I reckon we're either going to see this in either a week or two, or knowing Treyarch, they'll probably release it when the DLC comes out, and then the weekly will be get 100 kills in the playlist for the DLC, which requires us to buy the DLC if we're not a season pass holder. They get money, and so on and so on. But it is what it is, I guess. That was just a prediction, but other than that, guys, let's keep moving on with the update. We've got some custom leaderboards for private games. For anybody playing private games, you've got custom leaderboards for certain things that you guys can check on now. We also have some stuff on the Codcaster side of things, pretty much the competitive side of Call of Duty. We have some new supports on the custom team color variants, as well as improved visibility and readability of the X-ray shader, which obviously lets people see each other between walls. And you can also display more than three attachments on your weapon for the user interface. Next, going on to the groups beta. Now, for anyone who didn't use the groups beta, it's pretty much been enhanced a lot. You know, they've added a lot of updates and fixes for this, so there's no more the same gamer tag appearing once. You know, we've got different types of variations of group members, differentiated by color, as well as like either an admin or like people higher up than you, so you can see whether you've got primary groups or secondary groups or so on, as well as detailed groups, and address issues where individuals will appear multiple times in the list. And obviously improving this a lot. I don't really use this feature much because I don't have any friends, but for any of you guys who do, huge updates, and that is improving a lot. Now, on to the general side of things, we have the Eclipse maps are now added to the core, hardcore, and bonus playlist. Awakening playlist has been replaced with the Eclipse playlist, so for any of you guys who decide to just search TDM, S&D, or certain games that you just want to play, there is a chance you're going to be able to get play those Eclipse maps in that playlist. Okay, going on to some more information. They have improved the servers, which is really good news. There have been a couple problems lately where people were playing in games where it was like 3v9 and so on, so it's glad that they're working on servers as well as game issues and implementing these fixes. Also, the party invite system, while being on invite only, wasn't working. You know, people could still join. They've apparently fixed that. Again, I wouldn't know because I don't have any friends. As well as going to the main menu looking for quick join sessions. Sometimes your friend wouldn't appear and you'd have to go to the main menu and then load up multiplayer and reconnect to the server. They've apparently fixed that, so your quick join session for your friends is there. Going on to general gameplay, they fixed some issues with double XP. You know, your promotion for double XP with certain challenges were being completed, you weren't actually getting the double XP for those challenges. Great to see that fix is applied after double XPA weekend there. Well done to Treyarch on that one. Improved dedicated server performance. This is great again more server improvements, allows a smoother gameplay experience. Now onto the game mode side of the update, we had the search and destroy and demolition bomb sites, or the bomb crates itself, have been updated, and what they've done is they've moved the bomb crates slightly closer together, as well as lowering the lid slightly so you can no longer head glitch it. I'm pretty sure now when you're standing behind the bomb you can see the top of the shoulders, the body part of the opposition or the player. When you're now planting the bomb lengthways, you can no longer look through the center, dead center of the bomb, which you could do when planting. Obviously a lot of people would look through it dead center in case anyone was coming, and then they could get up and challenge them. On to uplink, they have pretty much improved picking up this dropped satellite drone, so you no longer jutter as much. I've not tested this out, but for any of you guys who are interested, if you just stand still for a second, even when you're picking up weapons and you get this, it will just stop and then you can carry on going and you'll no longer have that jutter. It is extremely annoying, but there's a little hotfix for it myself, as well as custom games, improved pathing for the bots in custom games, and official hardcore variants added to certain custom game modes. Now onto the specialist side of things, we have the Nomad. The Nomad's rejack ability will now probably have a smoke effect when used while a power core score streak is in effect. Didn't really notice it, but they've got a hotfix for it. Now on to the create a class system. There's been a fixed exploit where players were able to equip an incorrect perk type to a perk slot, which allowed them to equip the Heatwave specialist ability as a secondary weapon. Again, I did not know this, but they have fixed it. Now on to the pistols. The Marshall 16s have finally been nerfed. Obviously sad times for me. They have reduced the range on these guns, so they're not as powerful. I'm yet to try this out, see what they are like, but they have apparently been reduced in range. Onto the attachments. The attachments for certain optics and grips are now fixed, so people would put on certain sights onto certain guns to reduce the recoil reduction on that gun. Obviously certain sights would pretty much be the same as 2 grips on a gun, so people wouldn't have grip, they just have that sight, which was less of a point on their class, which obviously allowed them to have other things in the class with a gun which didn't recoil as much. Now we might not see people using the sights as well as people actually using grip for a change. Onto the perks, we have hardwired EMP grenades that detonate within range of an enemy. With hardwired, no longer produce a hit marker, which is obviously good. And onto the final part of the update is the maps. Now I'm not going to go over this 100% because they're pretty much all the same thing. The maps that have been updated or had some fixes to is Verge, Rift, Spire, Knockout, Hunted, Splash, Breach, Skyjack, Rise and Stronghold. A lot of these fixes are specialists getting into certain areas, pretty much using their abilities to get into certain areas, which is for glitches, for exploits and so on. They have fixed a lot of these. I'm glad Verge has been fixed especially. That is it for the update patch 1.11 notes. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do more videos like this with gameplay, challenge videos, as well as prediction videos and my points and views. Other than that guys, it's been Denchu, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!